Hey everybody, welcome to the Hangout with Donna Gets Crafty. Let's go make something. Here's a list of the easy to find supplies used for this project. Check out the links below in the description box and you can find the pretty image we used as well. I started out using this 20-inch hoop from the Dollar Tree. Using a sharp blade, I removed some of the wrapping from the top of the hula hoop, opened it up, and that enabled me to shake out the little noisy bits that were inside. Now I'm using some thin hemp rope to wrap around the entire hula hoop. It took a little longer than I thought, but I think it worked out in the end. Now I just used a little bit of glue and cut off the last bit of string. Here I'm putting the hoop on a piece of foam board, also from the Dollar Tree. I traced around the outside of the hoop and used a sharp blade knife and carefully cut it out. It doesn't need to be perfect because the hoop can cover up any wonky parts you might have there. So using this foam board might seem crazy, but it's going to look great, trust me. Now you can see it fits perfectly. The next step is to place even marks across the board. Starting 1 inch in, I place a mark about 2.5 inches apart and then drew lines across. It doesn't need to be perfect because we want it to look like real wood. Next, it's time to paint it. So keeping with the stay-at-home orders, I used what I had on hand, which was some apple barrel matte paint. I added some gray into the white and I stirred it up, but I was careful not to overstir it because we wanted to have streaks. So that's going to help to create the wood grain look. Then I needed a darker gray to use to make the lines, then that's going to give us the look of the planks. So just take the paint and brush it, trying to stay, just back and forth in the same direction, and you're going to start to see the wood look start to develop. Then we just drew the lines across, and now you're starting to see the planks. So thanks for stopping by. I really love doing these videos. They're so much fun. I love crafting. I love teaching, so I get to do both, right? Now I am just using a dry brush and I'm adding a little bit of paint and going back and forth on this as in the same direction as we did originally. You can see, look at that, the grain is starting to build up and it's really starting to take on that wood look. To soften the lines, I put a little bit of the white paint over that as well, also with a dry brush. Now I'm going to use the hot glue gun to adhere the hoop onto the white board. Just go around the edge and press the hoop onto it, hold it down for a couple of seconds, and try to avoid burning your fingers. So I love my new Cricut cutting machine, and I made a vinyl sticker for my wreath, but I know not everybody has a cutting machine, so I created a free printable for you. You can find the link in the description below and instructions on how you can use that to trace it onto any surface. You'll also see a link where you can order the actual vinyl cut here that you see if you like it. It's weeded, it's on transfer tape, ready to go, so if that's something you might like, you can go ahead and order one. Now, once that's done, we are going to put the vinyl image onto transfer tape, and that's the one spot that was deleted by accident when I was putting together this video. And basically, you just take a piece of transfer tape the same size as your image, peel the backing off, place it on top of your vinyl image, and press it down. And that's what I'm doing here. I use a squeegee and pressing on the letters and the image. You want to make sure that it's going to adhere nicely to the transfer tape, and then it peels off just like that. It's not very hard and it works like a big old sticker. So I found the center of this particular wreath and I wanted to make sure that the image was centered nicely, and you press that down. You want to be careful not to press too much on the areas where there's no image, because you don't want it to peel off any of the paper if indeed you're using a piece of foam board. Just focus on the actual image itself, and that way when you go to peel it off, you see it just peels off nice. It's not pulling up the paper that's on there. And just make sure that it's completely dry. I forgot to mention that. The paint should be completely dry before you put something on there. And there it is. It looks kind of nice. So now I'm up to bows. I am not skilled at making bows. Clearly you'll be able to see that in this video. I needed something that was not as fluffy because the space between my front door and my screen door isn't that wide. So I opted for this nice flat bow, and it's basically just wired ribbon, and you go back and forth, giving a little inch in on each side as you fold it. And I took it by the center and used a piece of pipe cleaner to go around the middle, and so far it's not too bad. It's just, I don't know, if you have any links to videos of good tutorials for bows, please send them my way because clearly I need them. Then I wanted it to have a tail, so I took another piece of ribbon and tied it around the back and used the pipe cleaner to hold it on. I wanted to add some color, so I had some purple and green ribbon that I also attached, and I found some gray and white gingham, like a buffalo check, I guess, and I thought that was going to work nice with the color scheme on the project itself. And seriously, if you have any videos for good bow tutorials, let me know. Now we're going to apply some flowers, and you can use any flowers that you wanted. I really liked these purple clove. It reminds me of walking in a field of wildflowers with maybe a mountain in the background. Something we have not done in so long because we are on quarantine and stuck in our house. So the best view comes after the hardest climb. Let's hope that that is true, because we're in the midst of a very hard climb here. I simply broke down the flowers into smaller pieces because I wanted them just to go around the rim to look almost like a field. I put the bow on first so that I had the bow nice and centered, and then just went back and forth trying to keep them kind of even, but not too even, because you know, in nature things aren't always even. And I just am loving the way this came out. I put a piece of hemp rope as the hanger. The foam board won't really hold a nail or to have any kind of hanger nailed into it, so I just put 2 little holes and threaded the hemp rope through there. I don't know why it was so hard for me to tie that other end. It just would not tie, but it worked really nice. The hula hoop is strong, so when you pull it around, you're going to see it really attaches to the hula hoop, so it gives it a sturdy hold. And there we have it. I just totally love the way this came out. I even am liking the bow. I didn't think that I was going to like the bow as much as I did, but I think that it came out really, really cute. And it's going to look so nice on my front door. I am putting this up there for spring because we need some springtime. The trees are barely budding where we are. And yeah, I think that this wreath is going to carry us nicely into the summer. So thank you so much for stopping by. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love to hear from you, any ideas and comments. And if you subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell, and then you will be notified every time a new video comes up. Have a great day.